You are listening to The Diary of a Wannabe Writer, presented by Richard A. Boxshall, in which I chronicle my life and attempts to become a professional writer by, doing some writing daily, hopefully. Hello, you're listening to The Diary of a Wannabe Writer. It's emergency podcast time. Yes, I've recorded some because for whatever reason I could not be asked or didn't have time or something today. And what I've decided to do for this one is revisit the world of Richard Herring's Leicester Square Theatre podcast and the app for emergency questions. Now, there have been times in the past where I've sort of questions come up and I've kind of gone, yeah, I'm not even going to read that out, let alone answer it. So whatever happens today, I am going to read out the question, whatever filth, not all his questions are filth, but some of them are, whatever filth the question is, I am going to read it out and I'm going to attempt to answer it. Oh my God, I'm completely going to regret this. So let's press random question and see what happens. Would you rather have an enema or an enemy? Well, I mean, enemies can be a drain on your life forever, whereas the other thing, presumably, it says an enema, so it only has to happen once. So, as unpleasant as both would be, I think the first would be less traumatic. I'm genuinely regretting this already. Right, next random question. What happened to Lazarus the second time he died? I don't know. I mean, if he's immortal, presumably he kept coming back from the dead. I've no idea. It says International Women's Day. When's International Men's Day? Okay, yes, because there's this thing that Richard Herring does. He hasn't done it for a while, but every year on International Women's Day, people on Twitter, now known as X, would go, when's International Men's Day? And what Herring would do every single International Women's Day was he would find as many people as he could. He'd basically put that question into the internet, and anybody who asked, when is International Men's Day, he would reply to them, but set it up to answer on International Men's Day, which was November the 19th. So literally, because they were basically saying, I see, it was men kind of, I see women get a day, but we don't get one. And yes, there is one. So whenever they sarcastically asked the question, when's International Men's Day, he would answer it on International Men's Day, which is quite funny. I think he wrote a book about it as well. Which seemingly respectable celebrity do you suspect is a coked up sex pest? Oh dear, well I think that's fairly obvious, isn't it? I mean, it's really obviously but yeah. Right. What is the most unlikely thing you've ever done on a bus? Arrived at my destination on time. Have you ever been in the vicinity of a celebrity when they have farted? How was it? I mean, I guess I probably have been, but I didn't notice. So, yeah, weird question. Next one. What is your third earliest memory? That is not your earliest memory or the next earliest one, but the one after that. I think my earliest memory is school bus in Malaysia, getting onto the bus, and I would have probably been about 3 or 4. The next memory I always think of after that is actually when I was at school in Malaysia. And then after that, what's my next memory from Malaysia? Because we lived out there when I was between the ages of 2 and 6. What a bloody stupid question. What's the next thing that springs to mind after that? We had to have the house fumigated once. Well, not the house. There was something infectious and nasty. I can't remember what it was, but there were banana trees behind the house, and they had to put poison on them, stop something unpleasant getting near the house. And so we weren't allowed to go out the back door behind the house after that happened, because in case there were still traces of the poison. I don't know where I pulled that from. I didn't even remember I remembered that. I'll have to ask my mum if it's accurate. If you had to eat the pants of someone within 30 minutes of you, if you had to, whose pants would you eat? Well, I'm sitting in my house by myself. There's probably only my neighbours within 30 feet of me, and yeah, I think I'd rather eat my own than theirs. I don't know if And it's got a little addendum to the question. It says, you cannot add sauce to the pants or any kind of topping other than anything that peels off the pants when they are removed. I didn't write these. I just want to point that out. How are we doing for time? Oh, we've done 5 minutes. God, this is easy. Next random question. Which actor, male or female, do you think would make the worst James Bond? Actor is Alan Carr. Is Alan Carr an actor? He's more of a presenter, isn't he? It'd have to be somebody really camp, so the opposite kind of image to James Bond. Is Alan Carr an actor? He's not really. He's more of a presenter. That's a crap question to which I can't give an answer. Okay, I'm going to do one more. And then I'm going to have to go and bleep out the name of that celebrity because as fun as it is, I can't say that. Next random question. Oh, one more. What is your favourite collar? And I think the idea is, because these are meant to be asked of somebody you're interviewing rather than yourself. And I think you're meant to say it in a way and the person's meant to think you said colour. It says, if they start telling you their favourite colour, shout in their face, I said collar, you idiot. One more, then we'll stop. If you had to choose between killing all of the eggheads or all of the chasers on the chase, if you had to, which group of quiz nerds would die? Absolutely no question. The eggheads are all dead. Thank you very much for listening. I'll be back with either an emergency podcast or maybe a real one at a similar time tomorrow. Thank you. Bye-bye. You have been listening to The Diary of a Wannabe Writer, presented by Richard A. Boxall. Thank you for tuning in to my random ramblings. And if you'd like to know more about me or my projects, visit my link tree at linktr.ee/Richard Wright, capital R, capital W. Thank you for listening.